powered by Riverside FM.
Welcome back to Soulfire Sessions, the Arsonist and Your Embers, Shadow Patterns, and Energetic Firewalls. I'm Lady Rise, your inner balance architect, and of course, my favorite co hosts are joining me to light shit up. Mental Wellness Alchemist, Madam Amani.
And we're going to light it up.
Absolutely. And Devar, Future Ready Igniter.
I'm in the building. Let's spark this thing.
All the way. All right, so last week we sparked your flame with some twerking.
Ooh, and I hope y'all was twerking all week long.
With
twerking
intention.
Into episode 5.
Exactly. Yes. And so today's episode, we're talking about the Arsonist and Your Embers. Before we dive in to the heart of today's work, let's name the invisible architectures shaping our inner landscape. Shadow patterns and energetic firewalls. Shadow patterns are unconscious scripts running in the background of your psyche. Reactive emotions, self-sabotaging loops, or inherited beliefs that whisper, not enough, or that's too risky, or you're unworthy. They're echoes of unmet needs or past wounds, often disguised as, that's just how I am. Energetic firewalls are your soul's defense system, born from trauma or overwhelm. These are the barriers you unconsciously erected to shield your core self. Think emotional numbness, chronic distraction, or that wall that goes up when intimacy deepens. They served you once, but now they may block the very light, connection, and power you seek. The journey today isn't about breaking these sacred protections, but renegotiating them. We'll explore how to witness shadows without judgment, honor the original purpose of your firewalls, gently dissolve what no longer serves you, so your soul's fire can flow freely. Ready to meet what's been hidden and reclaim your energy? Let's spark it up.
Oh, we going there, huh? Let's light it up.
Igniting it all
Absolutely.
the way.
I brought the lighter fluid. We about to burn it down for real.
Let's go. So, this is personal because I used to be a shadow puppet, people pleasing, self doubt, clinging to relationships like a life raft. Sound familiar?
Definitely does.
Yes. Ugh, it sucks. So then I faced my shadows with one good fuck.
Ooh.
Yes, I faced the shadow, unlearned bullshit, claimed my power, and kick-started action. And that led me to my first hard climax.
Oh.
Yes. Here's how it went down. 2 years ago, I was split in 3. Self-doubt Sally. Who do you think you are? Your voice doesn't matter. And people pleaser Patty. If you don't become who they need, you'll die alone and unloved. And later, clingy Carrie had no problem joining the relationship.
Horrible
I was
bitches.
trapped. Right. So I was trapped in a relationship where I became a human mood ring, changing colors to match his needs while my fight was gutted out. Clingy, desperate, terrified of my own power, the nights people pleaser Patty made me cancel our plans to go out dancing or cancel date night just to fulfill his needs, or watch his football game. My abandonment fears triggered more intense, clingy behavior, disregarding my passions and self love to support his. I lost myself trying to keep him, so busy trying to prevent him from leaving, not realizing I was pushing him away. This vicious cycle eventually torched the relationship. There was no oxygen left. The combination of smothering, neediness, resentment, and loss of self makes it hard for the less clingy partner to maintain respect, attraction, or a genuine emotional connection. Them leaving made me face the shadow and sit with that hard to swallow shit. And believe me, I had a lot of tea to help me get that shit down. Sally and Patty finally got the ultimate. Fuck you.
Bye, ladies.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. We are going there. One good fuck. And suddenly
Yes.
I could see clearly. My inner saboteur was wearing my ex's cologne and using my mama's voice. Ugh, chilly. When you finally face the shadow, unlearn the bullshit, claim your power, and kickstart action, your chakras will be like, woo, we've been waiting on you.
Whew. Absolutely. Waiting to be cleared the fuck out.
Yes.
Rise. First of all, I gotta say that right there, that was truth served hot, and I felt every piece of it. You said you gave one good fuck, faced the shadow,
Mhm.
unlearned the bullshit, claimed your power, kicked off the action, and that hit me because that's exactly where I found myself too, standing in front of the mirror, tired of shrinking, tired of surviving. It's wild how pain will try to convince you that your power ain't yours anymore until one day you look yourself in the eye and say, "Nah, that ain't where my story ends." So I'm gonna give my own version of that same fuck. I faced what I buried. I stopped trying to people please my way into peace. I claimed the fire I kept dimming, and I took the first messy step forward. That's when I hit my first real hard climax. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty, but it was powerful. Madam of Money and I are gonna get into that, but first, Rise, what did your fuck face really look like?
Whew. Lit up. And it was a lip biter, eyebrows up, head tilted. Whew. I don't know if you want to go all the way. That became my battle cry against the shadows. Yes. Whew. And that fuck ignited my hard climax. That self love earthquake that vaporized Sally and Patty. Let's expand on it. So, H, hold your damn ground. I stood naked before the mirror and roared. This is my body, my life. I choose me. And guess what? I actually wore my red lipstick to have that power color when facing my triggers. So, Devar, what's your hold your ground talisman?
All right, so my hold your ground talisman isn't something I wear on my wrist or carry in my pocket. It's what I carry in my heart. It's the weight and the promise of fatherhood. See, growing up, my dad was physically in my life, but he was gone a lot. Construction work, truck driving. He was always chasing a check. And I respect that now because I do the same thing. But back then, as a kid, all I felt was the absence. And when he and my mom split, it was completely lights off, water off, us moving in with my grandmother while my mom tried to hold it together. That moment stuck with me. That feeling of being displaced, of being left in the dark, literally and emotionally. I didn't have the words for it then, but I knew I never wanted my child to feel like that. And here I am now, a truck driver, gone a lot, grinding to keep the bills paid and my daughter safe, but also watching history trying to sneak up on me. Me and her mom, we're heading toward divorce, and I haven't been as present as I want to be. So my talisman is this burning reminder. Don't let your daughter feel what you felt. She knows I love her, and I have been there every step of the way. But now I'm working to show up in a new way, not just with money, not just with gifts, but with truth, with transparency, with the kind of emotional presence I needed at her age. I'm working on having that talk with her to help her understand that my separation from her mom has nothing to do with her, that she's still deeply loved, that daddy's still here, even if the pictures change. So, yeah, in some ways, I followed in my father's footsteps, but this is where I stop walking his path and step fully into mine. This is where I choose to be better, softer, and more available, even in the middle of the storm, because I'm not just holding ground for myself, I'm holding it for her. That's my talisman. That's what keeps me grounded when life tries to knock me off my square.
Whew, that is so powerful. Like, let that fucking sink in.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, that's powerful. And breaking those chains, not gonna walk in those same steps. And of course, yes, she's most definitely gonna see the action of love. Money's just paper. She's gonna see your action of the emotional intelligence and still including her. So that's always gonna be there.
And being
Wow.
able
I
to
love that.
acknowledge that,
Is
very
that
good.
that is powerful to go within and bring that out and acknowledge it. That's deep and that's raw and that's I appreciate you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Because that brings us to our next A, accept imperfect as fuck action. So what that's exactly what you did. You accept what it is and move forward and pick yourself up and come with a powerful symbol, a powerful talisman to rise above that and break those chains from what you were walking in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So accept imperfect as fuck action. Record episode. I'm talking about little shit here, like when I was just hit the button. You're talking about whole like raw shit here. So we
Mm-hmm.
Var just gave us a perfect example of that action. So
And you
whew,
have to get raw to heal. You have to.
exactly, you have to. That's how you dig it
Absolutely.
all out, and that's how we get to that place where we can laugh about it, look back on it, see how we where we are now and lead
Definitely.
others there. So that I really appreciate. That was so raw. I did not expect that. I'm sitting here absorbing it all, letting it sink the fuck in because I appreciate that masculine perspective as well because people, society are not used to divine masculines or masculines, period, digging deep or going raw or expressing their feelings. So to bring that out is so powerful and hopefully it leads some others there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. Madam Amani, what is your messiest win?
Oh, honey. My messiest win. I lost a job and a relationship back to back. Life was doing combos on me. I ended up in the bathtub, crying out to the Lord, a cigarette in one
Wow.
hand and a joint in the other.
Oh,
Look, don't judge me, judge the healing, okay?
exactly.
Um,
Ziggity boo is a process.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Water running, mascara streaming down. I cried out, God, please don't let me lose me too. And you know what? That moment wasn't glamorous, but it was sacred because rock bottom became holy ground. The win. I didn't climb out the tub only clean. I climbed out clean and clear. Clear about who I was never going to be again. Period. Ever.
Exactly. Absolutely. Bringing that clarity. I love that. Never again. Not going back there. Once you see that shit, it looks foggy back there. Mm-mm.
That's
Really?
No,
Like
that's
thank you.
deep.
what?
That's deep, Madam Money, for real. Like I appreciate you expressing that. That's deep.
Right.
Thank you.
Because that's a vulnerable, raw moment. Exactly.
Mm,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And that's actually the next acronym in our first hard part of hard climax is the R. Reclaim your deservingness. So I would write down, I had to journal write. I am worthy. I am worthy of love and success. There's no trade offs. You can do rituals, just like you said, scream in the shower, scream, whisper while you're paying bills. That whatever I spend comes back to me multiplied. That's a good one for me. Whenever I'm putting any
Mm-hmm.
circulation of money or funds out there, I'm constantly saying whatever I spend comes back to me multiplied. That grounds you, keeps that safe security. And then you can always just echo that I am worthy, that you are deserving. So reclaim your deservingness. And then
Yes.
dance for the D, dance and decadence. Y'all know I have some dance in there. And I like to say
Yes.
dance and decadence like Dick would. I mean, Richard. Richard. Because what's the other name for Richard? Yeah, so we're going to dance in
Yes.
decadence like Dick would. Richard.
Mhm.
Richard. Yeah, so I blast Jordan May's Win Win and twerked on imposter syndrome. So daily movement equals embodied rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
So, first, Madam Amani, what is your power anthem?
Mm. My power anthem isn't some chart popping track. It's a soul medicine, right? When I need to stand in my softness and still feel like I'm a lioness, it's Miracle vibes. Singing I am because that mantra wraps around me like a crown. Or it's Lee Vassy reminding me that divine doesn't mean docile, that I can be both honey and fire. And always, always, it's India Irie, I am light. Because when the world tries to dim me, that song reminds me I'm not the pain, I'm the healer. I'm not the shame, I'm the sovereign. That's the kind of music that doesn't just play, it activates.
Whew. Ignites, activates, uplifts, oh, illuminates. I love it here. Whew.
I love
Yes,
that. I
me
love that.
too.
Yes, it is so good here. I love it. And so, Devar,
Yes.
what about you? What is your power anthem?
For me, it's hands down "Unbothered" by Keisha Cole. That song is like a mirror for me for where I am right now in life. Peaceful, focused, and no longer explaining myself. It makes me feel confident in everything I'm building, whether it's with Rise, with Soulfire Sessions, the Mirror series with the Mirror Gang, or my ebook Future Ready, Your Career Your Way. It reminds me that I've been through enough to know what I want, and I don't owe anybody any apology for the boundaries I've set or the vision I'm chasing. It's not about being cold or detached. It's about being clear. That track reminds me that my confidence ain't based on validation, it's based on vision. And when I'm locked into that, nothing shakes me. So when I hear that beat, when those lyrics hit, it's like a switch flips. I remember who I am. I remember that my purpose is louder than anyone's opinions, and I show up unshaken, unapologetic, unbothered. So if you see me quiet, trust me. I'm just tuned into my peace, and that's power.
Whew. On
That's
fucking
powerful.
fire. Like,
Hmm.
damn, Devar, on fucking fire. Going through the healing process, seeing that no with a fucking period is absolutely self care.
It's
That
a whole
your
Yes.
self
sentence.
matters. Yes, it's a whole sentence showing up for yourself, your curiosities, your purpose. You, that's what's going to make you smile. And once you get that smile and that feeling, that's what it's about. That's what this is about. Ooh,
Hmm.
lighting it up. This, I can't. I'm over here hot, ignited. Woo! So,
Told you
because
we was
now,
bringing that fire.
bringing it tonight, we had it
Definitely.
all ready. So, of course, when you fuck hard, you're going to reach the climax.
Hmm.
So, your shadow detox, that's your climax. So, first, we're going to call out the cowards or call out the bullshit, call out whatever it is. This climax here helped me scorch Sally and Patty's roots. So, call out that bullshit. Name them at the dinner party. Meet self doubt. Meet those triggers. Meet whatever it is, all the lies at the door. show up with blush on and laugh at it.
Hmm.
And text a friend. My shadow name is so and so, or what's the favorite lie? Write it down, burn it, torch it safely.
Mhm.
No, we always toss
Yes.
it in safely. And then L, laugh at their lame ass script. When Sally
Hmm.
whispered to me, "You fail," I crackled at that bitch. I'm failing spectacularly and I will get back up.
I know that's right.
Yes. So, Devar, what's the best way you mock your shadow?
Name it, laugh at it, flip it, own it before it owns you. Your shadow wants to keep you quiet, ashamed, and stuck in the not enoughs. But when you step into the light and playfully expose it, you take away its power. Here's how I do it. I give it a ridiculous name. You know that insecure, doubting voice in your head. Don't fear it, mock it. Oh, look who's back. Negative Nate with his playful or worst case scenarios. Once you name it, you separate your voice from it. That ain't you. It's an old program trying to run new software. Then two, say the shame out loud with a wink. Yeah, I used to people please so hard I'd RSVP to events I wasn't even invited to. Make your shame sound so dramatic it becomes laughable. Humor is healing. When you speak it out loud with confidence, you rob it of the secrecy it feeds on. Three, turning into fuel. That self doubt that whispers you're too much, mock it by being even more honest, more loud, more you. Of, oh, I'm too much, good, cause not enough had me playing small for decades. And then four,
Risk.
I catch it in the
Right.
act and call it out. Ah, look at my shadow showing up again right when I'm about to win. That's cute.
That
Once you
is
can
cute.
catch the pattern, narrate it like a movie villain, you stop being the character trapped in the script. You become the author. And then five, you reclaim it. The parts of you once hated, flip them. Used to be sensitive, now you're emotionally intelligent. Used to overthink, now you're a strategist. Used to be too quiet, now your silence speaks volumes. Final thing is the best way to mock your shadow is to shine so bright it has no choice but to dance behind you. Get your ass back there, shadow.
Whew, that climax right
For
there.
real.
Did you jitter when you climax like that? Because you did it
Okay.
all. Whew, you called out the cowards, laughed at the shit. Hell yeah, cited your inner child. You was playing. You set those boundaries. That was a hard climax. What the
Oh my
fuck?
goodness.
Whew,
Yes.
yes,
Woo.
because that's what we have to do next. We have to, in the climax, invite your inner child. Baby Rise
Hmm.
wants to go play at the park with some music.
Right.
Whee!
We.
Wee.
Yes. Write the tale. Write your own story. I love that's exactly what you did. You're the author. Create your
Hmm.
world, your story.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And then M, maximize your moan. These are my boundaries. You are worthy.
Ooh, I love that moan.
Yes. That's how we're maximizing it. We're setting our boundaries that it's going to wake them up, stop them in their tracks. They won't cross those.
Right.
So, yeah. So, Madam Amani, teach us your sexiest boundary delivery.
I no longer offer myself in pieces. If you want access, you meet me whole. Otherwise, enjoy the memory. Boundaries aren't walls, they're velvet ropes. If you ain't VIP, you ain't getting in.
Whew,
Mwah.
and kiss that. Oh,
Ooh.
and doesn't it feel so much
Ooh.
better?
Velvet
These
ropes.
boundary moans.
Okay.
Whew, yes.
Okay.
Getting down. Yes. And that's what we're doing last in the climax. We're activating those absolutely nots. Absolutely the
Mm.
Mhm.
fuck not. Visualize that pink lightning shield vaporizing energy vampires. Not today, bitch.
Mm.
Right.
Just like you said. Goodbye. Then we have our X in the climax. X-ray the fucking lesson. Ask, what's it really about? Realize maybe you need more patience. Maybe you need to set some boundaries. X-ray that fucking lesson. So it is so hot in here, y'all. It is so hot in here. I
Phew.
need to take me a drink of water. I am parched. I'm going to pass this torch to Madame Amani to share her hard climax. Whew, I want to hear about it.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh, you are not the only one feeling the heat in here, Lady Rise. Oh my goodness.
Whew,
That's not just the vibe, that's liberation. Friction, baby. Let me
exactly.
tell you about the moment I hit my hard climax. Buckle in. I held my ground the moment I stopped over explaining myself to people. I accepted that I am both the medicine and the mess. I reclaimed my worth after realizing my value doesn't fluctuate based on someone else's ability to see it. And when I say I danced in decadence, honey, I slow winded through grief and twerked on the ashes of expectation Richard had for me. Who's Richard again, exactly? Oh,
Big.
Dick.
yeah. Right. Then came my climax. I called out cowards, even the one in my own mirror. I laughed at the lies I told to stay small. I invited my inner child to color outside of the lines. I moaned my boundaries with joy, not fear.
Whew.
And I activated my absolutely not like I was my superpower. And I x rayed the truth. I saw that most of the cages I was in had an open door the whole damn time.
No locked doors. No
No
fucking locked
locked
doors.
doors.
No locked doors.
Look the fuck around. There is no locked doors. And guess what? You're probably sitting right next to a window.
Oh my
Mm.
goodness.
So, I love
When
that
you jump out,
hard
don't hurt
climax.
yourself though.
Right, exactly. And make sure you get your hard climax in first.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Look, Devar, I know your hard climax is probably intense. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, whew. I spent years toning down my voice just to keep the peace, but inside I was at war. I used to think strength was swallowing your needs, holding back your truth, and even carrying it all in silence. Holding ground. Back then, I didn't even know where my ground was because I had been giving so much of it away trying to make everyone else comfortable, but I had to learn how to stand firm in my nose, in my truth, and in my peace. That's why that was my first real act of rebellion, reclaiming my space. Then came the acceptance. I used to beat myself up for not getting it all perfect, for not saving the relationship I lost, for not showing up in ways I thought I should have. But I had to sit with this. I'm human, not a fixer, not a superhero, just a man figuring it all out in real time. And in that quiet moment, I found my worth again. Not the worth tied to my productivity, not the worth tied to who loved me or didn't, but the kind that was already there under all the noise. Now, now I dance in decadence like Richard would, unapologetically. I wear my growth out loud. I don't shrink myself anymore just to make people comfortable. I shine anyway. Climax, let's talk about it. I had to call out the cowards, the ones who only loved me when I was small and convenient. I learned to laugh at the lies I used to tell myself, like, you're too broken, like, you missed your window. Nah, I was just loading. Then I had to go back and invite my inner child, the boy who felt abandoned, unseen, not good enough. I told him, You didn't deserve that, but you survived it, and now I got you. I started to maximize my boundaries. I stopped picking up calls from people who drained me. I stopped being available for guilt trips, last minute chaos, fake apologies, and yeah, sometimes I gotta moan out that discomfort because healing hurts before it helps. Then I activated my absolutely not. Absolutely not staying in rooms where where I'm only tolerated. Absolutely not dimming my passion so someone else can feel secure in their mediocrity. Absolutely not pretending to be okay when I'm not. And finally, I put it under the x-ray. I looked at the pattern. I looked at the pain. I asked myself, what's the lesson here? And the truth is, I was never too much. I was just too real for people who weren't ready. And finally, now I don't explain my healing. I don't apologize for my power. I just live loud, unbothered, unchained, unshaken. That's my hard climax, and I earned every piece of it.
Well, you sure did. Ooh.
You absolutely did. Leg jitters, lip tightens, all of it. Every piece
Right.
of it. Because
Okay.
that is how you show up with that hard fucking climax. Because accepting all the imperfections, reclaiming your own worth, dancing with Richard. Oh, so amazing. So amazing. That's how you lose all the bullshit and love and find yourself. Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah,
indeed.
I love that. We whew, are enjoying some hard climaxes in here tonight. I don't
Oh
think
man.
anybody could top these jitters in here.
Mm.
And the fireplace is roaring.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely. I feel torch the whole thing up in here. That's how you
Hmm.
torch up some shadows, some bullshit, reclaim your power, all of it. We
Mm-hmm.
activated all of it. And I'm
All of
still
it.
absorbing it. I'm still taking it in because that's what I'm saying. Healing is a process. Healing is an onion. And for all this to come out, my eyes is crying. Like what?
Okay.
Hmm.
It's
Definitely.
amazing. It's raw and it's special. It's a special moment at the same time because that we all get to be a part of
Right.
that
In,
step forward.
indeed.
Because a step is acknowledgement. Well, that's a
Mm-hmm.
step. So even for
Mm-hmm.
all this to come out, that's powerful. So I
Yes.
appreciate you guys all hard climaxing with me tonight. Whew.
Yes. Doing it the right way.
Right. We're going to gather around this community fire where we can all drop your questions, fire off any questions you have for us. If you have questions about naming your shadows, your boundary moan script, or your fuck you face, how you want to hard climax, any questions, anything you flamethrowers would like any wisdom from Devar, Madam Amani, or myself. You guys can also tag us, email us, do whatever you have to do. Soulfire Sessions, contact us because we want to hear from you. We want to hear about any questions you have or anything you need help with.
Right. We want to be a part of your journey.
Well, our listeners, yes, probably want to know how do I hold ground with a toxic parent? So, Madam Amani, do you have any advice for that for our listeners?
Ooh, this one cuts deep, Lady Rise. I had two alcoholic parents, toxic parents.
Mm,
Daddy's fist cracked the drywall, and Mama's spirit right alongside it. Trauma was our family's morning coffee, holding ground in that space. It wasn't about confrontation, it was about liberation. I had to stop hoping for the apology and start parenting myself. I set boundaries, not to punish them, but to protect me. And for the first time, I said, I'm not available for this conversation. And I hung up the phone. I didn't just hold my ground, I claimed it like sacred territory. Sometimes love looks distant. Sometimes healing means loving people from behind your firewall and letting God do the rest.
hmm Exactly. Yeah, because even if they're parents, toxic parents, they can ruin you, and you're still here, individual. You're deserving of your purpose, your power, your happiness and joy. So that's amazing how to deal with a toxic parent and hold your ground when you experienced it
Yes.
right there in the home. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Devar, what about you? Any advice for our listeners or dealing with a toxic parent or how to hold their ground?
Yeah, now I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't grow up with a toxic parent myself, but I watched it up close and personal, folks. I love, and let me tell you, it's a heavy kind of hurt when the same people who raised you are the ones tearing you down. Here's what I know for sure: just 'cause you're the one you were raised to be respectful, don't mean you gotta be receptive to disrespect. You can still hold your ground and keep your dignity. Sometimes that means answering the phone a little less, saying I love you and I gotta go in the same sentence. Sometimes that means showing up with love, but not letting them pull you back into old patterns. I always say you ain't gotta set yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm, especially when that fire is your peace, your progress, or your purpose. And let's be honest, some of our parents never learned how to heal what they carried. That don't mean you gotta carry it too. So if you're holding ground with a toxic parent, do it with grace, do it with love, but most importantly, do it for you. You deserve a version of life that ain't always tied to survival. Boundaries ain't betrayal, they're just grown folks healing done right. Um, when you're still living with a parent and you can't leave, like you're younger or whatever, it's a little different. Survival. Boundaries ain't betrayal, they're just grown folks healing. And you gotta start staying in your room, spending time away, writing down your thoughts, not bottling them up, saying it's okay instead of arguing, then processing with someone safe later. Just because you're quiet doesn't mean you're weak. Sometimes silence is strategy. Sometimes keeping your peace is your protest. You're not powerless just because you're young. You're learning how to navigate fire without burning yourself up. And here's the truth: what you're going through right now is temporary, but the self worth you're building through, that's forever. Your job isn't to fix your parents. Your job is not to forget who you are while you're living in a place that tries to make you small. If you take nothing else from my story tonight, this your healing doesn't have to be perfect, but just real. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. So just keep those thoughts in mind.
Right. Keep pushing. And yes, and that's the
Hmm.
bar. Future Ready Igniter. He's with his Future Ready book wanting our youth to have lots and tons of options of where they're going to explore their adulthood and what they could do for work. So that fits. Yeah, I love that because sometimes they do need to just go in their room, stay there, figure out what they love, maybe color, take out some paint, stay away from that toxic parent, and just figure out what brings them joy. So
Hmm.
absolutely.
Gotta make sure
So
yourself is good.
right, exactly, at all times, because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, we all came out of there individually.
Mhm.
I mean, unless you were twins, you're still an individual. I
Right.
Right,
mean, we all have to show up for ourselves. At the end of the day, you are your own best friend, your own lover,
Hmm.
and you can't give that
right.
love if you can't love yourself. So
Right.
yeah. So, Madam Amani, any final fire starters? Any final words for our listeners?
Your shadow is not your shame, it's your signal. It says there's power here. You just have to be bold enough to claim it. That would be my final fire starter. In closing, your shadows fear those who moan their boundaries because that kind of person doesn't beg for peace, they become it.
Mm.
Hmm,
And anything that can't rise with you, you've got to burn it in the fire that lights yourself.
absolutely. Yeah, because your shadows, they're actually the ones you want them to fear you. You face them. Moan those boundaries.
Mhm.
Right.
And the bar. Final fire starters for our listeners.
Yeah, you just got to start honoring yourself out loud. You got to stop asking permission to be whole, burn the mask, say the hard things, love yourself enough to hold the line. And if you feel like you're on fire from everything you've been through, good. That's how phoenixes are born. So light your match, strike your truth, and walk away glowing.
Away glowing. Yes.
Yes.
Glow all around you. Because at the end of the day, it's your story. Remember, it's your story. You create it, your
Mm-hmm.
world. So walk away glowing. I love that.
Yes.
Whew. So today, our recap, today's fire embers, the fuck you, the declaration of war on shadows. We have to overcome that, our hard climax. So we're going
Mm.
to hold our ground, accept imperfection, reclaim worth, dance in decadence, Richard, dance with Richard. And if you know the other name for Richard, then you're dancing like a pro. So,
Right.
climax, we're going to clean up. So, our climax is the cleanup. We're calling out cowards, laughing at the lies, invite your inner child to play, wee, and maximize those boundary moans. Ah, don't go there.
Mm.
And activate those absolutely nots. And always x ray the truth. So, your spark challenge this week is to make your fuck face in the mirror. Go check it out and learn how you're going to create one hard climax this week. Step it up. Step your game up. Whew.
Get it
I want you to
in.
tag us. Yes, because we want to know. Best entry will get our boundary moan.
Like she said, if you need us for anything, if you just want to know what the first step is, if you have any questions, or even if you have something that you want us to talk about, let us know.
Right on. Yes. Devar?
Uh, yeah, remember even phoenixes cough up ash before they fly away. So let's burn it on.
Exactly. Ignite and fly high. Let's rise. Of course. So next week, emotional balance, calm in the storm, and a spark you won't want to miss because your revolution deserves an encore. So I'm Lady Rise, and this is Soul Fire Sessions. Stay lit, family, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss a spark.